Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So, another financial giant jumps into Bitcoin. A $1.5 trillion one decides to give it a go today. So, what does this mean overall for Bitcoin? What does it mean for the entire crypto space? Well, let's talk about this and more. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Today overall has been so far so good. Okay, not the greatest, but it's been okay. Some greens. And tomorrow we will get a big announcement. So tomorrow we will get another CPI reading, right? And it's expected to tick upwards to 3.6%. From 3.2%, that's a large jump, 0.4%, because of oil prices. Now, that's already baked in. However, and these are estimates from all the major banks. However, if we tick higher for some reason, okay, for example, if core inflation, core CPI jumps up unexpectedly, or even headline inflation jumps up even more, if we do see some unexpectedness tomorrow, it's not going to be good. Not going to lie, it's not going to be good, right? So fingers crossed we come in right around 3.6% and core inflation comes around 4.3%, because if we go higher, then that means there's a chance that Powell has to think about raising the interest rate, the Fed fund rate, once again in about a week. And no one wants that, right? So that's the big thing for tomorrow. Right around when I stream, we'll have the data. So we'll see how the market reacts to it. Okay. So that is something that I guess we'll find out tomorrow. Something else that came out today is Apple. Apple announced their iPhone 15. So what's so different? Trust me, I'm related to Bitcoin. What's so different about the iPhone 15 versus the 14? Because it seems like every generation is the same thing. Okay, same price. The Pro Max went up a little bit because you get 256 gigs now rather than 128. Ooh, you get better cameras. Every generation is somehow a better camera, but they stick out like a half inch, so it doesn't sit right on the table. Okay, you also get a USB-C port. So now, luckily, all of you guys, right, you'll have to throw away all of your lightning cables. So have fun with that. And they introduced the action button. So rather than have a little toggle switch to turn on and off, now you have an action button. So those are all the amazing things with Apple 15. How this relates to Bitcoin is a lot of you guys will be jumping to the new iPhone. Every generation, every single year, somehow people upgrade. They find ways to upgrade. And someone decided to make this infographics, which shows you how much each one of these iPhones costs in terms of Bitcoin when they were first released, right? So had you purchased the iPhone 4S in 2011, you could have bought 162 Bitcoins instead. Same thing with iPhone 5. You could have bought 52 Bitcoins in 2012 instead of iPhone 5. And then 5 Bitcoin in 2013 and so forth. And you can see over time, it's been dropping. Now, why has it been dropping? Is the price of iPhone getting less expensive? No, because Bitcoin has been appreciating in price. That's why, right? That's why it's better to buy an asset that appreciates over time, not depreciates over time, right? So rather than upgrade to your favorite new iPhone, right? How about you save that and put it towards Bitcoin and DCA? Over time, you know, that's a smarter play for sure. Right, so just want to get that out of the way. All right, now on to the big news, of course, is this. You have another fund giant, Franklin Templeton, that is jumping in. They submitted their spot Bitcoin ETF application. They are a 1.4 trillion with a T asset manager. Okay, so now we got like 9 applications. Okay, and these guys are among the biggest on the planet. BlackRock, Fidelity. Now you got Franklin Templeton, Invesco, Wisdom Tree, and it goes on and on and on, right? That's a huge, huge list. And if you add it all up, they hold, okay, around 18 trillion assets. Now, it doesn't mean that 18 trillion is going to be flowing to Bitcoin, but think about it. If BlackRock, Fidelity, Franklin Templeton, these guys are holding trillions of assets, right? Think about the demand from their customers for Bitcoin spot ETF, which is why they submitted an application. We're talking about billions upon billions upon billions that'll be flowing into the space, right? So here's another one. Everyone is jumping in. And why do you think they're jumping in right now? Because they know this is the time. A spot Bitcoin ETF is going to get approved. And when one does, all of them will. And no one wants to miss this bull run, the parabolic run that's coming in 2024. They all know that. They studied the history. Some of them probably watch me. I don't know if that's true, but maybe. There's a lot of hidden Georges out there. But they know what's coming in 2024, right? It's the quadfecta. You have rate cuts, you have presidential election, you have the Bitcoin halving, and of course, you have spot Bitcoin ETFs being improved. It's the quadfecta, okay? And not to mention the growing fundamentals that I talk about every single day, growing adoption and utility, and countries worldwide all looking to enter Bitcoin, right? So, of course, they're going to be entering. So this is, of course, another major news for Bitcoin. And we will see more. More and more and more will be coming in. It's just, there's no stopping this, okay? It's like, Gary could try his hardest, but he's not going to stop this. This is like the cat out of the bag, okay? Or the Pandora's box has been opened, and you can't put it back. That's just how Bitcoin and crypto is. No matter how hard Gary may try, no matter how hard the fudsters out there, the bearish naysayers, no matter how hard they try, they can't stop this. This is an unstoppable locomotive, right? All right. Now, a lot of you guys may have noticed that we're in September. September is traditionally not a good month. But here's the thing. Isn't it amazing that today is already September 12th. Tomorrow's the 13th. That means half of this month is already over. Okay? Think about it. Half of it's over and we're still in the green. This is what I told you guys at the beginning of the month. Just because September has historically been a bad month doesn't mean that it will for sure be a bad month. Considering that we had a pretty bad August, right? And we had a bad July. So we may end up in the green for this month. And then look at what's next. October, historically, very, very, very green month. And we're like only 2 months away. It's amazing how fast time flies, right? We're about halfway through already. And so far, so good. And that's because there's just so much goodness. There's just so much goodness. And the fundamental of Bitcoin has never been better. If you care about lines, you care about technicals, this is what it's looking like. It's like a fractal pattern versus previous drawdown from 2018 all the way to 2020, right? It looks very similar on a smaller scale. But overall, we know Bitcoin has never been stronger and will only continue to move forward and it'll bring us to the promised land, right? It will. It always does. When in doubt, zoom out, right? So a lot of goodness happening. But it's not just Bitcoin. You may be wondering, what about everything else? Well, I got some spectacular news today about VeChain. VeChain is finally getting added to Coinbase. This has been rumored since 2017. Okay, everyone keeps asking, when Coinbase? When Coinbase? When Coinbase? And they recently, like a few months ago, did say that they were going to, Coinbase added them into some, I don't know, some kind of incubation program or something like that. So, but it's finally coming. VeChain and VeThor will both be added to Coinbase, right? And this is native. This is native VET and VeThor, not like a synthetic version or a wrap version. And that's a big deal for Coinbase because up until now, they only list ERC20 stuff and Solana, okay? But now they're supporting VeChain. They're natively, so that's fantastic. About time. And also, and this shows how many contracts that are ongoing, but also VeChain recently partnered up with Singularity.net to fight climate change. Interesting. So I'm glad to see, VeChain, to be honest, I haven't heard much about them, right? They're expanding to the West. They're trying to cater to more consumers, but still really B2B. But if you look, they do have quite a lot of dApps, okay, within their ecosystem. And it's still growing. They still lack a lot. They need some DeFi. They need some liquidity pools. They need some TVL. But you know what? It's not too late, right? Especially with the Coinbase ad. So that's good for them. Now, what else happened today? Well, Gary Gensler, he spoke in front of the banking committee, okay? And he says, I'm not going to play this video, but it basically, you guys know what Gary's up to. He wants to cause as much FUD as possible, I said at the beginning, right? No matter what Gary says, Bitcoin and crypto is not to be stopped. But he's going to try. He's not going to make it easy. He said crypto is full of fraud, abuse, and misconduct. Okay, and he is going to put his foot down and fix it all. No, he's not. But in the meantime, we do have to deal with this guy. We have to deal with the SEC. He's going to throw his way around, right? And he even confirmed that the SEC is using AI for financial surveillance. Interesting. I wonder if he's using ChatGPT. But of course, he is still in major lawsuits against several big companies. The Ripple lawsuit is not over, still ongoing. Also one with Coinbase. And Coinbase Brian Armstrong said that, yeah, it certainly would help if Gary Gensler is no longer the SEC chair. Duh, we know that, right? But I do think Ripple will prevail. Coinbase will prevail. But one company that's not going to prevail is probably Binance.US. Binance.US is looking bad right now. Also due to SEC, right? So the CEO left today, and the exchange cut 1/3 of their workforce. That's not good. But the company says this action gives it 7 years of financial runway. So they are crypto only. There's no fiat on-ramp, off-ramp, right? And they still have a plenty of crypto, but it's looking more and more bleak for Binance.US as everyone's getting canned or leaving. So unfortunately, Gary did cause this, and we still have to deal with Gary. All right, he's still going to throw his way around. He's not going to make it easy, but one day he will resign or get kicked out, and then the crypto space will be better for it. Right. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's do some Q&A. All right. Ooh, to be honest, I'm not feeling the greatest right now. I'm like cold sweating right now. I don't know if it's something I ate or what. I did not feel good this afternoon or right now. So I'm going to probably keep this short. All right. Scrolling through here. JKH, I talked about VeChain getting listed. 1.5 trillion. Will that move the needle? Yes, once we get some spot Bitcoin ETFs approved. Let's see. Michael Saylor is going to be the richest man in the world, according to Magnum. That's probably true. Once Bitcoin hits like $250,000, $1 million, right? He's gonna be richer than anyone. And MicroStrategy will be one of the richest companies on earth also. Teresa, glad you're still here. Nancy, I appreciate that. Oops. You're asking about best cold wallet. Well, I used to think it's Ledger. I still kind of do. I think they backtracked on this backdoor thing. But you got many options these days. You can basically, get a mobile wallet like Trust Wallet and also disconnect it from the internet, right? You could do browser wallets too. They're not really cold wallets. They're considered hot wallets, but as long as you safeguard your recovery phrase and your passwords, right? And you're utilizing biometrics or 2FA, right? You're pretty good. I'm freaking out right now. I don't know why you are. Do you think Luna Classic will ever go up with the Burns? No, they'll never. They'll never. Townsley, I'm sorry to hear that. I really am. That's tough. That's tough. RX Wallet is also very good. Those of you guys that want an alternative to, say, MetaMask, RX Wallet will be able to do everything MetaMask does and even more. Robert, I don't know. I'll probably do run a test. But I didn't really interact with anyone. And I was fine yesterday. I was completely fine yesterday. Today, I don't know what hit me. If it was the food, maybe I have food poisoning. Not food poisoning. Yeah, it's food poisoning. Anyways. Do you think Ripple's gonna go public? Yes, that's their plan. They've been saying that for a long time. They want to go IPO. So that's going to happen. I don't know when, but it's going to happen. Everyone should pray for Townsley's mother. I'm sorry to hear that. And it's a tough thing to go through. Hopefully I don't have to go through that anytime soon. Apple should make a screen that doesn't crack. I think all screens, no matter what generation, they keep saying the screens get more resistant to cracking, yet every generation, if you drop them, they still crack. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you guys ever got stung by a bee before. Recently I got stung in the knuckle, my middle finger, and it's just like, it's been irritating for like 3 or 4 days now. So I thought I got sick from that, but then I recovered, and today I'm not feeling too good either. So anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go because I'm not feeling too hot right now. So overall, if I can will it, I'll do my stream tomorrow 8:30 a.m. and see how inflation is. Okay, we'll see if inflation ticks higher, above expectations, or below. That will certainly set the stage for tomorrow's markets. But overall, guys, with another fun giant jumping in, this shows you how strong Bitcoin is, how much the big boys want to enter, and why you should not be getting out. All right, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. If I don't show up tomorrow, you'll know why. Have a good one.